Hello, welcome to my channel Mahadev Academy of Science. My name is Dr. Vikas Mahardwaj, and within this video I am going to teach you what is metabolism. Here we are going to discuss what is metabolism and what are types of metabolism. So here we are going to learn about what are catabolic reaction and what are anabolic reactions. So here we are going to learn what is catabolism and what is anabolism. Now here I just want to tell you, if you see any living organism, what you are going to see, every living organism, they require energy to sustain their life. And how they are going to get the energy? From the food, nutrition. Now keep in mind, based on nutrition, living organism can be classified into two broad categories. One can be autotrophs. The living organism which are known as autotrophs, they can synthesize their own food from simple raw materials. Here the best example is plants. Same way you must be knowing heterotrophs. Heterotrophs, they actually depends on autotrophs directly or indirectly for their food requirement. So here I also want to tell you, based on oxygen requirement, living organisms can be aerobes. One is obligate aerobes. Obligate means compulsory. So there are living organisms which are obligate aerobes, means they must use oxygen for their survival. Now there are living organisms which are known as obligate anaerobes. Keep in mind, obligate anaerobes, they are not going to survive in the presence of oxygen. Oxygen is toxic to them. Same way, keep in mind, there are living organisms which are known as facultative anaerobes, and keep in mind, facultative anaerobes, they can grow in presence, they can grow in absence of oxygen. So here hopefully it must be clear in your mind that we the human beings are obligate aerobic heterotrophs. Here I also want to tell you that you must be knowing, we human being digest food within our digestive system, and once the food it is being digested, what is going to happen, like proteins, carbohydrates, fats, they will be released and they will be absorbed by the cell. Within the cell, what you are going to see, the further metabolism of carbohydrates, proteins and sugar molecules. So here I just want to tell you, within the cell, what you are going to see approximately 4,000 metabolic reaction, 4,000 biochemical reactions are taking place. So here now we can see what is metabolism. Sum total of all the biochemical reactions which are occurring within the cell, it is known as metabolism. Keep in mind, metabolism, it can be of two types. One, it can be catabolism, another can be anabolism. Now here if you see what is catabolism. So in case of catabolism, what you are going to see degradative reactions. So within the cell, what you are going to see, degradative reaction. So here what you are going to see, carbohydrates, fats, proteins, nucleic acid, they are being metabolized, they are being degraded to simple end products. So simple end products are being released by the way of catabolic reaction from carbohydrates, fats, proteins and nucleic acid. Now here I just want to tell you, keep in mind, the catabolic reactions, they are actually exergonic reaction. In case of exergonic reaction, what you are going to see, the release of energy. Energy will be released. Yes, here some of the energy will be lost in the form of heat. So some of the energy will be lost in the form of heat, but some of the energy will be conserved in the form of ATP. ATP, you must be knowing, it is energy currency of the cell. So some of the energy will be conserved in the form of ATP, NADH and NADPH. So here keep in mind, catabolic reactions, they are degradative reaction and they are exergonic reaction. Now here I also want to tell you some more important point related to catabolic pathways, or you can say catabolic reaction. Keep in mind, catabolic reactions, they are convergent in nature. Now try to see here. Let us suppose you are going to start the reaction from starch, glycogen, sucrose. All these, they can give rise to glucose, and glucose can be further metabolized to pyruvate, and pyruvate will be metabolized to acetyl-CoA. This we are going to learn when we are going to discuss glycolysis. Now here, if you see alanine, the amino acid, it can also give rise to pyruvate, and pyruvate can give rise to acetyl-CoA. Same way, serine, it can also give rise to pyruvate. Same way here, if you see the amino acid phenylalanine, it can give rise to acetyl-CoA. Leucine, isoleucine, fatty acid, they can also give rise to acetyl-CoA. So all these are catabolic reaction, and here what you are going to see, all these pathway, they finally converge into acetyl-CoA. They are leading to the synthesis of acetyl-CoA. So here what you are going to see, the catabolic pathways, they are convergent in nature. Now here let us discuss about anabolic pathways. In case of anabolic pathways, anabolic reaction, what you are going to see, you are going to see the biosynthesis of biomolecules. So here what you are going to see, biosynthetic reaction. So here what is going to happen, from simple precursor, what you are going to see, you are going to see the synthesis of carbohydrates, fats, proteins, nucleotides within the cell. Now the most important point, keep in mind, the anabolic reactions which are occurring within the cell, they require input of energy. So whenever you are going to see input of energy, so such type of reaction, they are known as endergonic reaction. So here keep in mind, catabolic reactions, they are going to release energy. Anabolic reactions, they require input of energy. Here who is going to provide energy? ATP, NADH, NADPH. So hopefully it is clear to you what is catabolism and what is anabolism. Now here I just want to tell you further about anabolic pathways. Keep in mind, anabolic pathways are divergent in nature. I have told you catabolic pathways are convergent in nature. So here keep in mind, anabolic pathways are divergent in nature. So here take the example. So let us suppose you are going to start from acetyl-CoA. Now acetyl-CoA, it can give rise to fatty acid, and from fatty acid you can see the synthesis of phospholipids. Same way here, what you are going to see, from fatty acid you can see the synthesis of triacylglycerol. Same way here, if you see from acetyl-CoA, what you are going to see, you are going to see the synthesis of IPP. From IPP, what you are going to see, the synthesis of cholesterol. And from cholesterol, what you are going to see, you can see the synthesis of steroid hormones, or you can see the synthesis of bile acids. So here what you are going to see, from one biomolecule acetyl-CoA, what you are going to see, synthesis of many other biomolecules. So here keep in mind, anabolic pathways, they are divergent in nature. Now here keep in mind, metabolic pathways, they can be of different types. One, it can be linear. So here what we are going to see, some of the pathways, they are linear in nature. Yes, when we are going to discuss glycolysis, we will see that glucose can be metabolized in a linear pathway to pyruvate. So here within the cell, what you are going to see, some of the metabolic pathways, they are linear in nature. Yes, keep in mind, some of the metabolic pathways, they are branched in nature. So here what you are going to see, from a simple precursor, you are going to see synthesis of multiple end products. So here from a simple precursor, you are going to see synthesis of many end products. So such type of pathways, they are going to give rise to many branches. So here keep in mind, metabolic pathways can be branched. Same way, from several starting materials, you can see the synthesis of single product. So keep in mind, metabolic pathways can be linear as well as branched. Now here I also want to tell you some of the metabolic pathways, they can be cyclic in nature. So here in case of cyclic metabolic pathways, what you are going to see, the starting component, it will be regenerated again. So let us suppose you are going to start the reaction from A. A will give rise to B, B will give rise to C, C will give rise to D, D will give rise to E, E will again give rise to A. So the starting component will be regenerated again in the case of cyclic metabolic pathways. So here one of the best example is Krebs cycle. So in this course we are going to learn about various linear pathways, we are going to learn about various branch pathways, and we are also going to learn about various cyclic pathways. Now here this is very much important. Within the cell, what you are going to see, catabolic reactions are taking place. Within the cell, anabolic reactions are taking place. So here, let us suppose within the cell, you are going to see the degradation of lipids. You are going to see the synthesis of lipids. Now, I have told you, lipid degradation, it will release energy. Lipid synthesis, it will consume energy. And let us suppose if both of the process, they are occurring simultaneously within the cell, what is going to happen? It will be a wasteful process. It will be a wasteful process. Now keep in mind, the cell is going to regulate these catabolic pathways and anabolic pathway in a reciprocal manner. Keep in mind, if catabolic pathways are active within the cell, if catabolic pathways, they are active within the cell, during that time, anabolic pathways, they will not be active. They will be inactive. Same way, if you see catabolic pathways are inactive within the cell, what is going to happen? During that time, anabolic pathways, they will remain active. Okay, so what you are going to see within the cell, based on the need of the cell, you are going to see reciprocal regulation of catabolic pathways and anabolic pathways. Now, here I just want to tell you, if you see the degradation of glucose, what is going to happen? Glucose will be metabolized to pyruvate. Same way within the cell, you can see pyruvate can be metabolized to back again to glucose. Now here, if you see both of the steps, they are occurring within the cell, and here what you are going to see, many of the enzymes of both of the steps, they are going to be same. Now, important point, keep in mind, here, yes, many of the enzymes, many of the steps, they are going to be same, but few of the step or one of the step, it is being controlled by a different enzyme. And these steps which are being controlled by different enzymes, they are regulated differentially. Here what we are going to see, allosteric regulation of the key enzyme. Yes, here we are also going to see hormonal regulation of the key enzyme, which is going to regulate the key step. Same way, we are also going to see the thermodynamic regulation. Now here I just want to tell you, if within the cell you are going to see paired catabolic and anabolic pathways. If within the cell, what you are going to see, paired catabolic and anabolic pathway, means both the pathways, they are occurring simultaneously within the cell. What you are going to see, these pathways, they are going to occur in different compartments. So here I just want to give you one of the best example. Keep in mind, fatty acid catabolism, it occurs in mitochondria, while fatty acid synthesis, it occurs in cytosol. So both of the pathways, they are occurring within the different compartments. In that situation, cell can easily control based on the needs, whether there is a need of catabolic pathways or whether there is a need of synthesis pathway. Now here at the end, I just want to tell you, we are going to learn thermodynamic regulation of enzymes when we are going to discuss bioenergetics. Now, what is bioenergetics? Here I just want to tell you, bioenergetics is quantitative study of energy transduction, which is occurring within the cell. It is known as bioenergetics. Now, keep in mind, the cell, it obeys the laws of thermodynamics. Hopefully, you must have read laws of thermodynamics in your physics class, in your chemistry class. But here, what we are going to learn, the cell, the living cell, it also follow the laws of thermodynamics. Now, in the upcoming class, we are going to learn thermodynamics laws, first law of thermodynamics and second law of thermodynamics, and how the cell is going to follow these laws. Hopefully you have understood what is catabolism, what is anabolism, and what is metabolism. Thank you for watching this video. Please do like, share the video, and subscribe to my channel. Mahadev Academy of Science. Bye bye.